So, if one is well constituted for the journey, one will travel around the sun 100 times or more. And if one is well suited, one will enjoy this orbital merry-go-round without being saddled with the yearnings to comprehend its meanings. After all, comprehension doesn't always provide satisfaction. So, round and around the sun we go, spinning and tilting in orbits we know, north at the top and south below, early in the morning, later in the evening. But if one is so unfortunate as to be saddled with longings to understand one's true relationship to the whole, and why one finds himself, herself, not by free choice a passenger aboard this whirling dervish called planet Earth, one must make every effort to discern truthful and hopefully meaningful answers, difficult as that may be. So, hey, who put me on board? Was it fate, Satan, or the Lord? For goodness sake, give me a break. Where are we going? Have I an appointment to make? Such a one begins with what he or she already has learned along the route of the journey. 1. The universe is a container whose dimensions are of unlimited size in all directions. 2. The container is filled with unlimited space wherein is embedded a limited amount of energy and matter. Obviously, if the dimensions of one bit of energy or matter is measurable, somewhere there must exist a figure representing the sum total of all such measurements. 3. Since the container seems to have an eternal existence, it makes no sense to speak of its having a beginning or an end. 4. However, all energy and matter being in a constant state of flux has in each state a measurable beginning, middle, and an end. For cataloging purposes, each change may be called an event. So, though events runneth over, never ceasing to flow, from whence do they cometh, and where do they go? Sometimes bitter or sweet, but will I ever know? Yes, the garden is green, but what makes it grow? To imagine that the event we call the Big Bang was a single pulse of an eternally expanding and contracting universe is perhaps a debatable conclusion about the true nature of the cosmos. Quite understandably, humans have acquired that impression because all things they perceive appear to be cyclical, as well as dimensionally and temporally finite. To humans, no point of beginning, no point of ending, no limits to eternity makes no sense whatsoever. So, think if you wish everything fits on a dish, but though you pretend, I tell you, my friend, if to the ends of the cosmos searches you send, you find not a beginning, you find not an end. That, of course, raises the question about scriptural writing, in which we find in Genesis 1:1, in the beginning. But if there was no beginning, is Scripture wrong? Is Scripture at loggerhead with the true nature of the physical universe? If so, is there any possible resolution to their differences? Well, perhaps there is. Those who have acquired a more pragmatic perspective of the meaning and intention of "in the beginning" propose the following. Simply stated, those biblical words are intended to provide a starting point for the physical universe only as finite human beings are capable of understanding it. What existed prior to that starting point, and what will exist beyond its end, given our human limitations, can never be perceived. However, taken as a whole, the 6,000-year-old universe of which Scripture speaks, or the 14-billion-year-old universe of which science speaks, is still a single finite event within all of eternity. Is it not possible that it was neither the first or the last of its ilk? So, 6 or 14 or a great many years, the truth is elusive, or so it appears. But why boggle the mind with facts that annoy you? Just sit back in your seat and try to enjoy, 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 enjoy.